Once again, last week, jihadists carried out another terrorist attack, this time in Belgium. And once again, we're being told by the media that there's no connection between that attack and Islam because Islam is a religion of peace. And once again, we're being warned that to make any such connection is racist. Now, in this short video, I'm not interested in discussing whether or not Islam is a religion of peace. So for argument's sake, let's just suppose that it is. Rather, my concern is this accusation that anyone who associates Islam with violence are somehow being racist. I mean, after all, it is Muslims who are carrying out these terrorist attacks, not Catholic nuns. So, rightly or wrongly, it's perfectly understandable why people are making this connection. Now, I think the main problem for our media in this area is their inability to distinguish between race and culture. Broadly speaking, race is a group of people who share similar physical characteristics, most noticeably, I suppose, skin color. And race is fixed. It's who you are for the rest of your life. It's not as though someone can wake up one day and decide that they're going to change races. Culture, on the other hand, are the behaviors and beliefs and values of a group of people who don't necessarily have to be of the same race. It's a worldview, it's an outlook upon life which could be secular, such as Western culture, or it could be religious, say Middle Eastern culture. And unlike race, cultural values aren't fixed. They can change. A person could wake up one morning and decide that they wanted to embrace a different cultural outlook. And so to me, there is a big difference between being able to criticize cultural beliefs versus criticizing someone else's race. And yet the media clearly don't make this distinction and have in fact accused conservatives for years of racism because conservatives do make these distinctions. And now along comes Islam, a very social conservative and religious worldview which is in sharp contrast to the secular leftist values of the average Western journalist. And yet they dare not speak ill of Islam because that would be racist. A clear example of this was last year here in Ontario when the provincial government rammed through a highly contentious sex education curriculum into our schools. And naturally, this set off a lot of vocal protests and opposition from socially conservative parents, yet most of whom came from the Muslim community. This caught the media off guard because in the past, the face of such protests were that of white social conservatives, whom of course the media would heap all kinds of abuse upon. But since the majority of the protesters were from the visible minorities, the media showed a remarkable restraint in their criticism. But if the media's criticism is dependent upon the color of someone's skin, isn't that being racist? Just saying. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then why not watch this short video, Jesus versus Muhammad, in which I compare how both Jesus and Muhammad viewed the use of violence. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Facebook.